After using the Ninja Bike extensively, I've come to a lot of conclusions. Some are pros, others are cons that I really did not expect. But we can get into that later. Today's segment is only reserved to discuss this absolutely amazing build I put together. And I actually thought that I wouldn't go this route. I even encouraged you against it, meaning anything to do with a skill build in regards to the Ninja Bike messenger bag. But I just couldn't resist, because this is not a skill build. It's not a DPS. Can you guess what it is? Yep, a hybrid. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it. Now, do you remember this build? The latest in my iteration of King hybrids. The build that comes with all facets of threat, from survivability to versatility. Well, I've made a new iteration. And every single time I shock myself. And real quick, if you're hype about this build I'm about to show you, then I'd appreciate if you would express it through liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you're new here. But as I said, I continue to shock myself because this build has before now never been done. It's the combination that I've always wanted to coexist and is finally possible. So let me stop wasting your time and show you what I've got. Now obviously this doesn't have the memento bag, and that's what these type of builds are usually based on, because the memento scales all the skills attributes with skill efficiency, a ton of it. But it's okay, since now we have the Ninja Bike bag, which is what replaces it in a way, a fitting replacement. This is the backpack I'm using as it's the source of this amalgamation you see, and this is what I've been wanting to combine all along. I said that this was never possible before because I have a 2-piece Empress International, Fox's pair of knee pads, contractor's gloves, and a name Brazos holster. With the Ninja Bike, I'm able to fit all of this and retain every single bonus. The 3-piece Empress International grants me some of the skill efficiency that Memento would have otherwise provided. The insane multiplicative damage from Fox's prayer and contractor's gloves. I'll let you know once I get to the skills how these two bonuses directly apply to them. And finally, the name Brazos holster, granting the weapon damage on top of all of this. And this build is nowhere near spread too thin. It's too powerful in its own right. Look at its survivability. Look at the armor. This is only possible because I have 3 free skill tiers. One from Technician Specialization, the second from Ninja Bike Bag, and the third from Brazos 2-piece. This is how I'm able to maintain the armor with 6 skill tiers. It's also especially important because in this new patch, if you do not have 6 skill tiers, you're leaving yourself vulnerable in PvP to getting your skills disabled by hostile jammers. But anyone who has less than 3 skill tiers cannot affect your skills at all, so you're better off safe than sorry. But on another note, I was afraid that without Memento, the skill's damage wouldn't be enough, but I was wrong. The capacitors got me covered because the more shots I land, the more damage I deal. Skill damage, that is, up to 40%. The reason I love this build so much is because it encourages me to fire my weapon. And if you look at the capacitor's attributes, you'll notice that it gives you insane crit hit damage and crit hit chance bonuses. By the way, I have crit hit chance and damage rolled everywhere on the build to maximize that stat. I'll show you the exact values at the end. But let me tell you what skills I'm using so we can wrap this up. Important note, this part of the build is entirely preferable to what skill you want to use, because whatever skill you decide to equip will be strong no matter what. So my preference is the Oxidizer and Striker Drone. Also the turret depending on the situation. But remember I said that I'll tell you how the Foxes and Contractor's gloves relate to the skills? I'll tell you now. The Oxidizer deals extra damage to armor directly. It also scales with damage to targets out of cover. And when shooting this on an enemy cover, they'll run out of it, exposing them to damage dealt out of cover with my drone or turret. This build is like poetry in motion, and if you're fighting against Black Tusk or White Tusk in legendary missions, the Technician Specialization's dismantling perk will deal extra damage to robotics and skill proxies. Oh, and one more thing, then we'll go to the stats. Contractor's Glove scales with the damage to armor to Capacitor's exclusive damage to armor bonus. So in terms of overall damage, this build is completely certified. Now here are the stats, and I'm almost maxed out in crit hit damage. With some help from a teammate using Coyote's mask, my crit hit chance will be maxed as well. I was waiting to make this and I didn't know exactly how it would pan out, but it's definitely something I'm satisfied with. I'd like to know what you think. Comment below and tell me everything about it. Also what Ninja Bike builds you've made so far. I really appreciate all of your support, more than you know. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope this helped you, and if so, then don't hesitate to like the video. Also subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'll see you in my next video. Be right out.